All right, good evening, everybody. So, I am excited to have each and every one of you here tonight on this call, getting ready to kick off our 60-day shred. So, this is actually the very first live chat that I've done with my challengers, and I feel like this is going to set you up for greater success on down the road by just getting this preliminary information. So, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Melanie Mitro, and I am the hosting coach of this 60-day challenge group. And so I want to welcome you here, and I want to thank you for putting your trust in me to guide you in the right direction with your health and fitness goals over the next 60 days. And so I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I came to Beachbody about 2.5 years ago looking to lose some weight after having my second son, Bryce. And I had gained over 70 pounds with each one of my pregnancies. And so for as tiny of a person as I am, that was a lot of weight to gain. And it was in the winter time when you couldn't get out and there wasn't a lot of places to go. We just really couldn't afford to go to the gym, so I had to find something to do. And so I found Insanity. I was invited to be a part of a challenge group, and so I took the Beachbody Challenge. I did Insanity in this teeny tiny little room. We had and have a TV or a DVD player at that time. And so I would do my workouts in this tiny little room that was our storage area, and I was just so inspired and motivated by the other people in that group and seeing their success stories and see them talking about how they were losing weight, and they were actually posting their before and after pictures, and for me it was just awesome. And I was so inspired and motivated by them, and also by clean eating. It was a way of life I knew nothing about. I went out and bought the book. It's called The Eat Clean Recharge by Tosca Reno. So I bought this book and I read it from cover to cover, and I started to embrace clean eating. Because what was happening to me is I was doing Insanity. I did 60 days of Insanity. I started, got 30 days into it, and I had not lost a single pound. Now, if you guys have ever tried or done Insanity before, you know that it is just about the hardest workout that you can do. So basically, I was cardioing myself to death, and I wasn't losing any weight at all. And so I came upon clean eating. Somebody had recommended it in the group and read this book, and I started to just slowly, over time, make changes to myself and actually to my family too. So I actually fed my kids and my husband exactly what I was eating, and although we went through trial and error and we didn't love everything we were making, we figured out what worked for us, and we changed our lives. And I lost 30 pounds doing Insanity, clean eating, and Shakeology. And when that happened, I knew that I needed to do this for other people, and that's how I became a Beachbody coach. And I started out by just wanting to transform one person's life with a challenge group, and so it turned into all of you and all of these wonderful people I've been able to help just because I had this passion for helping other people achieve their fitness goals. Because I finally found that one thing that clicked. I was a chronic gym goer. I would go to the gym for a month and then I would quit. I would go to classes and then I'd quit. I would find some excuse. I mean, I paid the money, but I just never went. And this was really the first thing that I've ever stuck to. And it's been 3 years and I'm still going strong. So I'm here to teach you my tricks, my tips. I am a mom. I've got 2 toddlers at home. I work a full-time job. And if anybody can do it, if I can do this, you guys can certainly do this too. So we are into our plan and prep week. So I like to call this preseason. And so you are going to get this entire week of just us preparing. We're not working out until next Monday, although I know some of you have started, and that's perfectly okay. But my goal is to not overwhelm you, to take these next couple of days and to make sure that you have a solid plan in place so that when Monday comes around, you are ready to go. No questions asked. You've got a game plan. And so that's what we're going to do this week. So we started writing our goals and our why. Now, what is the reason for having you do that? The main reason is that I want to get to know you. Number one, I want to know, why are you here? You know, what is it that brought you to the point where you decided that you needed a challenge group? You know, have you tried everything in the book and nothing's worked? Are you afraid to go to the gym? Do you not like working out in front of other people? Whatever that reason might be. Then I want to know your goals. Are you somebody that doesn't have a lot of weight to lose, but you really want to tone up? You want to gain lean muscle. You want to be more cut. Are you somebody that has 50 plus pounds to lose? Are you somebody that has horrible eating habits and you just really want to change your lifestyle? Whatever it is, we all come together, but I can help you more individually if I know exactly what your goals are and what is your struggle. We all have them. Me, it's late time snacking. I could eat the entire pantry at 10 o'clock at night. It is hard for me not to eat late at night. That's my vice. I love sweets. I've got to find a way to curb that, keep my sugar in check. For you guys, it might be something else. It might be emotional eating. It might be eating out. It might be traveling. You know, you might travel a lot for your job. You might live with a roommate or have, you know, a boyfriend or girlfriend that doesn't eat very healthy. Whatever it is, we will get through it. But I've got to know what it is that you struggle with so that I can help you. So that why and those goals is super important for that reason. So fill that out, share it with the group, because guess what? There are other people in the exact same situation as you, and it's nice to know that you've got a partner in crime, somebody else to say, I struggle with that too, we'll get through this together. So fill out that why and those goals, post that in the group, and if you can't find the document, just post it in the group. We'll make sure that you get it and that you can fill that out. All right, so we started taking our pictures and our measurements, and as much as I know you are super excited about taking pictures and measurements, I want you all to do it. Promise me that you will not ignore this assignment, that you will take your pictures and measurements, because here's what happens. You go through 2, 3, 4 weeks of this challenge group, and you're working hard, and you might not see it when you look in the mirror because you see yourself every single day. It's hard to notice those subtle changes that happens to your body over the course of 4 weeks. And of course, we all want our results to happen yesterday, so it makes it hard to wait. But if you've taken your pictures and you've taken your measurements, and at the end of 30 days, you can put your pictures side by side and you can see your body and how much it changes in 30 days, that will be motivation enough to keep going. You will want to keep going. For me, I thought that I was getting no results until I compared those pictures and almost fell over. I could see my love handles going away. I could see that my face was thinning out. I could see that my arms were getting a little bit smaller and my thighs weren't touching. It was those little things that I would have never noticed unless you put 2 pictures side by side. Also, your measurements. If you didn't get a measuring tape that came with your program, that's fine. You can go to Walmart or Michael's or Joann Fabrics. They all have those little measuring tapes. And take your measurements. Follow that video that I posted in the group and take your measurements. Because, number one, the scale. It is an awful, awful thing. It is literally a measurement of your body weight at a specific point in time. It is not a representation of how hard you've worked, whether you're turning fat into muscle. It is not a great representation. Your weight can fluctuate based on the food you ate that day. If you had too much sodium, if it's that time of the month, your hormones. When you start exercising and you're lifting weights and your muscles are sore, you start to retain a little bit of water. Well, that can add some pounds. But what happens is muscle takes up way less space than fat does. And you'll notice that while muscle may seemingly weigh more, your weight might not drop as fast because you're turning, your body composition is changing. But your measurements will give you a really true picture of what's going on with your body. And that's what we want. So take the time to do those measurements. It's so, so important. You will notice big jumps there, sometimes way before the scale comes along too. So I want you guys to do that. All right, so once we finish that, we're actually going to start digging into our meal planning. And that's my favorite part because clean eating is my thing. That's what I love to do. And so we're going to start digging into that for the rest of the week. And I'm actually going to give you a blank meal plan template. And it's basically a Word document or an Excel document that I use. And what I do is I sit down. For me, it's every Sunday morning. I get up and I get on my blog, which I use my blog. It's like my recipe book. And I will go through and I'll decide what I'm going to eat for the week. And I will plug it all in. And I'll type it all into my meal plan. And at the same time, I have a sheet of paper next to me. And I'll be writing out my grocery list of all the things I need for the next 7 to 10 days. And so by the time I'm done, you know, it took me about a half hour when I first started. Now I can go through it pretty quickly. I then have my list for the grocery store. I know what I need to make, and I'll make a quick trip, head to the grocery store, get what I need, and come home and do a little bit of preparation. And I'm set for the week. I print out that meal plan, actually put it on the side of my refrigerator, because I don't remember what I typed out from day to day. But if it's on my fridge and I've gone to the grocery store and the food is in the refrigerator, and I've taken the time to cut up some vegetables and, portion it out for the week, then in the mornings before you go to work, you look at your meal plan. You know you're drinking a shake for breakfast. You need an apple and almonds for a snack. You've got your salad in the fridge, and you've got your afternoon snack, and you throw it in a bag, and out the door you go. When you get home, you look at the side of the fridge, and you know exactly what's for dinner because you wrote it out, and you have all the ingredients because you went grocery shopping on Sunday. And so while this might seem like a task at first, it's going to get easier and easier week after week after week. And what you're going to do is you're going to share that meal plan every single week in that group with me. And I, myself, and the other coaches that are helping are going to go through it and just check it out. Make sure you're on the right track. Make sure your food is a good choice. My main thing, especially with clean eating, is making sure that you're getting a protein and a complex carb at each meal. And so let's just talk about that for 1 second, right? So with meal planning and with clean eating especially, you're aiming to eat 5 to 6 small meals a day. So when you're looking at your meal plan, you want to look at every single meal and say, do I have a source of protein and do I have a carb? And it's not a starchy carb. It's more or less your fruits and your vegetables. So let's break it down. For example, your breakfast, it can be your Shakeology. That's going to be your protein. It has your good carbs in there too. So you can add in peanut butter, a tablespoon of all-natural peanut butter. You can add in a handful of fruit. That's fine, but that's your breakfast. Just a protein, a complex carb together. Done. Then we get to snack time. You want to pick either a fruit or a vegetable. So for me, I like apples because they're just easy. And then my protein is I count out 14 raw unsalted almonds, and actually have them sitting here from my snack earlier today, and they just go in this little baggie, and it's my snack, and I'll take that with me to my office, and that's what I'll eat. So you've got your apple, which is your complex carb, and you've got your protein, which is your almonds. And you pair those together because you've got your slow burning protein. So protein in your body, it burns slower. Your complex carbohydrates from fruits and vegetables burns a little bit faster. When you put them together, that is called a complete meal. So it's going to keep your body burning fuel at a consistent pace for at least 2.5 to 3 hours. And that's what you want. You want to eat every 2.5 to 3 hours throughout the course of the day. That is healthy portion control. All right, so next we get to lunch. And so lunch, again, we've got to have a protein and a complex carb. So a piece of chicken on Sunday, get out at like 4 chicken breasts and either grill them or bake them with a little bit of, low sodium seasoned salt or chicken broth. I'll just bake them in the oven. In the summertime, I grill out and I put them into a container and save them for the week. And so a portion of protein is the palm of your hand. So that's how I measure my food. I don't have a food scale. I just use my hand. Then your vegetables, you can have 2 big heaping cups of vegetables. Load on as many vegetables as you want, and then pick a salad dressing that is not a creamy dressing, so no ranch. Read the bottles. Make sure that there's no extra sugar put in there. Try to get something balsamic vinaigrette, or even just oil and vinegar is a really good option too. And so I'll do my dressing, and so that's my lunch. And then your afternoon snack, again, 2.5 to 3 hours later, again, you're going to go vegetable and protein. So that could be 2 cups of vegetables. So it could be cucumbers, it could be celery, carrots, peppers, but you want to have about 2 cups. So 2 cupped handfuls of vegetables, and then maybe you do a hummus cup. So they have these great little individual servings of hummus, and it's a great dip, and it tastes awesome. If you've never had hummus, you really should give it a try in the refrigerator section. And that's your protein. Hummus is a chickpea. It's a protein source, but it's a perfect combination. Then you get to dinner time, and you're doing the same thing. So you've got a protein of some sort, so like lean protein. For example, you've got your grilled fish, you've got chicken, turkey, you know, shrimp, but you want to stay away from red meat. You want to really limit that to maybe once a week that you do any kind of red meat. You don't want to eat any fried food. You want to make sure you're asking for things that are not baked in butter. You want to leave off any of that extra stuff. But I've got lots of recipes on my blog. So, and all those recipes are, I call them kid tested, husband approved. And they're things that I've tried on my family and that we love. And it's different ways to cook all kinds of different foods. For example, turkey meatloaf and chili. And we've got all sorts of great Mexican dishes on there as well. Whole grain pasta. So know that there is going to be something out there for everyone. Everyone. So think about that as you're going through your day. One thing you really want to do is you want to limit your starchy carbohydrates. And that would be your pastas, whole grain rice cakes, your quinoa, any oatmeal, baked sweet potatoes. Those are things that those are good sources of complex carbohydrates, starchy carbs. But I try to limit those to 2, maybe 3 at the most every single day. The majority of your carbohydrates, fruits and veggies, right? And last but not least, you're aiming to drink half your body weight in ounces of water every single day. I know it sounds crazy. Figure out how many ounces you need to drink and really start to make a habit of every day getting in that water. I have a water cup and I just put rubber bands that symbolize, you know, every time I drink that 12-ounce glass of water, I move a rubber band down. When I get them all to the bottom, I've drank my water for the day. Number 1, it keeps you hydrated. Sometimes our hunger is actually disguised as thirst. So we're actually just thirsty. We're not hungry. So if you notice that you're getting hungry right after your meals, drink a large glass of water and wait and see if it goes away. Most of the time it does. Also, you'll notice you'll have way more energy and you'll be more mentally alert when you drink that water too. And yes, I know you're going to be using the restroom a lot, but it will subside and it will go down. But you will feel awesome if you get that water in every single day. So, phone. All right, so the other thing that I want to talk to you guys about is your workouts. So you've got this workout plan, you've got everything laid out, you're all ready to go. It's a little intimidating looking at this schedule, right? Because it's a brand new workout, something you've never done before, and you want to be successful at it. So if this is your first time doing T25, let's just take T25 for example, I want you guys to realize, don't push yourself to the point where you're failing and you're not being successful. Don't try to do the advanced moves if you're not quite there yet. It's okay to do the modifications. Actually, I encourage you to do the modifications. You will get just as good of results if you modify the moves until you progress along to the point where you feel comfortable doing the more advanced moves. So for example, in T25, follow Tanya. She's a great modifier. Don't feel like if you're not jumping around and doing the plyometric moves that you're not going to burn the same amount of calories, because you will. And as you start to feel more comfortable and once you start to feel like you could take it up a notch, then push a little more. The first week of any exercise program, you feel like you have 2 left feet. You're learning the moves, you're trying to figure out what workout's going to come next, and you're just a little uncoordinated, and don't get frustrated. Know that it's okay. It will come. Week 2 will be like a fresh new start all over again, and you'll just get it, and things will go very well. So that first week is kind of trial and error. Day number 2, you're going to be a little bit sore. Even the whole first week, you're working muscles that you have either never worked before or haven't worked in a long time, or you're working them in a different way. And so muscle soreness is okay. As long as it's not pain, you're good. And as long as you're drinking your water, you're staying hydrated, and you're eating properly, then you will be just fine. So it's okay to push through that muscle soreness as well. All right, so workouts. What do you need for your workout? Are you doing P90X3? Do you need weights? Do you need a pull-up bar? Do you need a pull-up assist? Do you need bands? Figure out what it is that you need for your workout program and make sure that you have that all set up and your workout area is ready to go on Monday morning. The worst thing you can do is wake up, not know where your DVDs are, not have the proper weights, can't find your shoes and your clothes, and you never get started. So I'm going to suggest that you take the time to maybe watch a video or two and make sure you've got everything in place. For P90X3, you absolutely need either a band, like an over-the-door attachment. It just has this little ball that goes between the door, and you close it, you can do your pull-ups, or you need a pull-up bar. If you're like me, I can't do a pull-up to save my life, so I've got a pull-up assist so that I can teach myself how to get better at pull-ups. Make sure that you've got a surface to work out on. So for example, if you've got a hard floor or you're carpeting, maybe you need some mats. I have these great little interlocking mats that give me some shock absorption. They give me some cushion when I'm doing my ab workouts or I'm down in plank or a push-up. And so they work great. I bought them at Walmart. They come in a pack of 6 or 8, and you just interlock them together, actually duct tape the back of them to hold them together, and they're awesome. And that's it. That's all you need to get started. And you know what? If the first week is not fabulous, it's okay. We've got 5 more weeks to go, and you're going to figure it out along the way. The best thing you can do is to remember, I don't expect perfection. All I expect is that you, every single day, you come in here and you bring it. You give it everything you've got, and you try your best. And we forget the rest, and that's it. And you know what will happen? You'll get better. You'll get more comfortable. It's like riding a bike for the first time. You're all over the place the first time you ride your bike. But the more you practice, the better you get and the faster you go. The further ground you can cover in a shorter period of time. So remember, that's the same thing with your workout. I want you to give it your all every single day. You'll have slip-ups. You might even sleep through your alarm. You might make a bad choice with your nutrition. You might drink something you shouldn't have. It's going to happen, but guess what? It's not the end of the world. One bad workout, one cheat meal is not going to ruin your progress. What is going to make you successful are these small incremental steps day after day over time that are going to compound together to bring you results. And we're not here to have a quick fix. We're not here to drop all this weight and go back to our old habits. We're here to create a lifestyle, a change that is totally livable and totally doable for the rest of your life. The way I'm teaching you how to eat, you're not going to have to buy special food. You're not going to have to drink special drinks for the rest of your life or take diet pills. You are literally going to be able to go to any restaurant and make choices that are good, that are healthy, that are natural, and this is going to become a part of who you are. And you're going to feel amazing. Trust me. We all start somewhere, right? It's a process. It takes time to get there. So know that. Go with the flow, take a deep breath, and just take it as it comes. All right, so the challenge group, right? You've got this group. You may not even really get the concept of what a challenge group is, but let me tell you, a challenge group is your best friend. You are going to make some of your best friends in this group. It is going to become a place that you look forward to coming to every single day. When you log in, most likely I will have posted already. I'm up pretty early, and I try to get in there and post by 6:30 or 7 o'clock. So every single day you can expect to get a post from me. And so it'll either be a daily tip, something motivational, a recipe, or on Mondays you're going to get a Monday Mindset video. And what that video is it's going to give you your fuel for the week. It's going to give you your thought, your inspiration, and your motivation to carry you through the entire week. Because let's face it, we're not just changing our body on the outside. Weight loss is very much an internal emotional struggle. And so we've got to make sure that we're looking within and changing ourselves on the inside as well. And really addressing some of those things that hold us back. That fear of failure, that self-sabotage, that emotional eating. We are going to address all of that throughout the course of this next 60 days. So if you've got a question, please hop into that challenge group and post it in there. I promise you that nobody else except for the members of the group can ever see what's being posted in there. And I will not share anything outside of that group unless you give me permission to do so. So know that your information is safe in that challenge group. And so that is going to become your safe haven, your place for comfort and support, and your place to grow and learn together. So I am really excited to have all of you here and to teach you over the next 60 days exactly how I've been successful in my own weight loss, how I've transitioned the rest of my family, and how it's become a part of who I am. And so if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to use the comment box on the right now to go ahead and post your questions. I want to make sure that you guys feel super confident going into Monday getting started with this program. Do you have any questions for me? All right. I will definitely take questions if you post them on the side. But other than that, you are all free to go. You guys can have a great night. And if there's anything at all that I can do for you to help you in this journey, know that as your coach, as your support system, I am here for you. You can send me a Facebook message, you can email me, and know that I will get back to you as soon as possible. There's also other coaches in the group besides myself that are my apprentice coaches that I'm actually in the process of training right now. And so if I'm not there, one of those other individuals will gladly answer your question. So know that you're not alone and there'll be somebody there at all times. So thank you again for putting your trust in me, embarking on this journey, and I look forward to seeing your progress over the next 60 days and helping you to truly reach your health and fitness goals. Have a great night, and I will talk to you all soon.